Hi, it's Rochelle. If you're looking for a way to store your sugar cookies for a bulk party or gathering, this video is for you, so stay tuned and keep watching.
So this is my food dehydrator by Kasori, and I've had this for several years now, and I love its multi-purpose. So it's great for vertical storage because when you start baking more and more sugar cookies, you only have so much counter space. So this serves as a dual purpose. I love the storage aspect. This one has 6 trays, and so I can store some cookies in between the drying phases. And then also if I need to use a dehydrator, of course, that's what it's here for, the main purpose. But this is just great. I can store large cookies and small cookies on here. So I do that, and I make sure that these cookies are drying quickly, and I'm adding more and more detail as fast as possible to preserve the freshness of the cookie. And next, a few years ago, I got these storage bins from TJ Maxx, and you can use them in the fridge or in the freezer. And I love that they're square and they're wide enough for my cookies. So what I do first is, after my sugar cookies are completely dry and finished, I put them in just a freezer Ziploc bag. Just like this. And I try to squeeze out as much air as possible to maintain maximum freshness. And then these guys, I love that these are stackable too. But after I finish decorating my cookies, I want to be careful to make sure, again, that they're completely dry, because any weight on them will impact the cookie, and it could break, and I don't want that to happen. So you can just lightly stack. Two stacks of cookies is probably the most I'll ever go. And these do have some more transfer details on them, so they do stick up a little bit more. So as much as possible, I'll have those ones on top.
And so a tip to keep your sugar cookies as fresh as possible when you are baking is to make them thick, because the thicker they are, the more moisture they'll retain. If you roll out your sugar cookies too thin, they'll become kind of more brittle and break easier, and also they dry out faster. So a good tip is to make sure when you roll out your cookies, make them as thick as possible without making them too thick so that they don't bake all the way through. And sugar cookies are really forgiving because the icing, the royal icing, kind of acts as a sealant to also lock in that moisture. So once they're baked and decorated, from the time that they're baked to the time they're fully decorated, I would say don't go past like 4 or 5 days. Because then the freshness, does get to go down. But if you are doing sugar cookies, you can, bake them, decorate them. Once they're fully dry, lock them in a Ziploc freezer bag, and you can put them in your freezer, and they can last up till 6 months and be fresh. I've done this for my own birthday parties, and the colors stays the same and the freshness stays the same. Now these cookies, I am just going to leave here at room temperature because I am using them tomorrow. But if I were to, say, have a big event that I was making cookies for, let's say at the end of the month, the first couple weeks, I would just make them in bulk and then decorate them. And then once they're dry, I would store them in the freezer after that. So that really helps because we only have so much room in our kitchens. So that's just a great, easy way to store sugar cookies.
So this is great too. These are just some undecorated sugar cookies that I have stored because I'm not ready to decorate them, but these are for an event later on in the month. So when I am ready to decorate them, I'll just pull them out and leave them inside the bag and wait for them to come to room temperature before I can start decorating them.
Okay, so once you're ready to use your sugar cookies for your event and you take them out of the freezer, all you need to do is just to leave it inside the Ziploc bag on your counter until it reaches room temperature. So if you take them out of the freezer and pull them out and just like leave them exposed, they will start to sweat and have condensation, and that will mess with the aesthetic and the look of your cookies. So it might just take about 10, 15, 20 minutes or so for the cookies to come to room temperature. And then you'll know once, because the bag will be kind of foggy from the condensation or the temperature change. And then once they're clear, you know, you can take them out and they will be as good as new. Well, thank you so much for watching. My name's Rochelle over here at the Mary Madden blog. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more content. I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye now.